I want to bring in Colonel Terry Virts. He is a former NASA astronaut and former Air Force pilot who is now running as a Democrat for the Houston area's redrawn 9th Congressional District. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for your time. What kind of leadership does NASA need right now, and is this the man for the job, in your opinion?
Well, NASA needs very strong leadership right now. They are, I would say, in crisis. We've lost almost a quarter. NASA has lost almost a quarter of their civil servants. The Trump administration has been really trying to destroy our science enterprise, and morale has never been lower. I've talked to some friends there who are in senior roles, and they've told me that even when they shut down the shuttle program or even after the Columbia disaster, morale there is lower now than ever. So there's a lot of issues to happen. So whoever takes over the NASA administrator job, I predict it will be Jared Isaacman, is going to have a big challenge for that.
And as you mentioned, there have been some challenges within the organization, staff buyouts, budget cuts. What would you define the mission and the priority of NASA? Many of us think of, putting man on the moon or developing, the ability for life on Mars, sending people into space. But there's much more that goes into the work at NASA. Can you talk about that?
Well, NASA is awesome. The people there are amazing. I mean, it's the Aeronautics and Space Administration. I believe that it should be focused on exploration, and I think that Mr. Isaacman also believes that. So the aeronautics part is honestly a small part of NASA. Most of what we do is space. There's an awful lot of robotic space exploration with the rovers on Mars and space telescopes. Of course, human space exploration is important. Now with the International Space Station, which, by the way, the science on the ISS has been dramatically cut, but hopefully in the future landing on moon and hopefully eventually going on to Mars. So NASA is all about exploration. It's an amazing group of talented people, and even the contractors that work there are amazing. And we need leadership that can help undo the damage that has happened because of this Trump administration and take us into the future. Because countries like China don't have this chaos that Doge just wrought upon NASA. They don't have this, wild swings in policy. They can pick a policy, stay focused, and NASA needs some steady leadership right now.
In the field, as technology develops, we've seen groups like SpaceX and Blue Origin, private space companies, get into this arena, and they're growing leaps and bounds. What's the right balance between the work that NASA is doing and some of those other companies?
Well, I think having a public-private partnership that is strong is the key. Like that is how we're going to get back to the moon. That's how we're going to explore the universe. You can't just turn the keys completely over to the private sector and not follow them. And you can't just have a stifling government bureaucracy. There needs to be a balance there. The government's good at raising money. We have taxes, and American private industry is the best in the world at innovating. And so we need to strike that balance. And we need to make sure that not only SpaceX and Elon Musk don't get everything, because there's been a lot of, issues with this administration and the favors and the corruption that has happened, the conflicts of interest with SpaceX. We need to make sure that other companies have a chance, because frankly, the SpaceX lunar lander, in my view, is a real problem. I don't think that's going to work. I think if we stick with this large SpaceX lander, it's not going to happen, and China's going to beat us back to the moon. So we need to allow other companies to compete, not just SpaceX.
Well, and when you look at it as a U.S. versus China, should we not be looking to more collaboration as part of that competition?
Well, we should. And there's something called the Artemis Accords. We've been basically signing agreements with different nations to help us explore the moon. But frankly, NASA is the big dog. I mean, other countries can contribute certain things here and there, but if NASA leads, then we're going to be able to do it, and we're going to have to take the lead role in any moon exploration for sure.
Well, it starts with leadership, and that's what the hearing today is about. Colonel Terry Virts, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me on.